the pulse of a new country. After a historic referendum,
I feel good, man. I feel good.
marking what many hoped would bring an end to decades of conflict that saw millions of lives lost in the fighting. As of July 2011, the world's youngest country, South Sudan, was on the map, breaking away from Sudan. But it wouldn't be long before another civil conflict would begin, casting doubt over whether this new nation would survive its infancy.
The overall humanitarian situation continues sharply to deteriorate. As of today, over 2.2 million people have been displaced due to the conflict, an increase of 200,000 since the beginning of this year.
The ethnic divisions in South Sudan have pushed the country to the brink of complete dissolution. Its people struggling to survive, caught between government and rebel fighters, both accused of war crimes against civilians. The fighting was triggered by a rift in the government. In July 2013, South Sudan's President Salva Kiir dismissed his Vice President Riek Machar, accusing him of plotting a coup. Juba accused its northern neighbor of arming rebels backing Machar to destabilize the south. Sudan lost a major source of revenue when the south broke away, with many of the oil-producing areas going to South Sudan. Most of them became sites of intense fighting between government and rebel forces after independence. But Khartoum ultimately holds the key to oil revenue. It controls the pipelines that connect oil fields of landlocked South Sudan to the only viable port. The fighting caused the shutdown of oil fields and led to a 40% drop in production. But now, a new peace is on the horizon. A glimmer of hope for a new government, a new economy, and the end to the suffering of millions. After months of faltering negotiations and failed ceasefires, a peace process is underway. The former vice president and rebel leader Riek Machar is being restored to his former position. If the peace deal holds, President Salva Kiir will head a new unity government. But it will face many challenges. The UN has warned tens of thousands of people are starving to death. Nearly 3 million others need food aid. South Sudan's leaders will need to give new hope for a young country with an already troubled history. Randolph Nogel, The Newsmakers.